Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be talking about cleaning paintball gear. Now, it's a super weird topic to be talking about because it's just something you do every time without really thinking about it, but you know, people have interest in this, so I decided I'd make a video. Can I go through what I do to clean my gear? So let's get started. Let's clean the gear, do the thing, make the video, call it a day. Crazy thing is, I cleaned off this table before I put my dirty gear bag on it. That's just kind of a weird thing I did today. Well, getting started cleaning the gear bag, I always like to kind of separate things and start getting things in the wash. As you can see, my mask still has paint for getting blasted in the face. Nice work. Nice. I actually didn't wash my gear between a practice and night ball, so it's actually like extra dirty, and I think I might have an extra jersey that's dirty. 2 practices and some drilling this weekend over in Las Vegas with my new team Protocol. We gotta make sure all my gear is in tip-top shape and ready for the weekend. I just got some dirty stuff. I'm gonna start a pile right here. Probably go ahead and wash this too. Make sure there's nothing else in here. My rule of thumb for washing stuff is if you wash it and it's damaged from being washed, don't do it again. That's it. You can look at the labels too and probally figure it out. That's just kind of my rule of thumb. Pod pack. Sometimes I'll stick this in and wash it, but it's getting really messed up from being washed so many times. I'm probably not gonna be washing this too much more because yeah, it's getting a little dusty. As you can see, it does not have any of the branding on it anymore. Still works the same. Everything's still good. It just doesn't need to be washed. It doesn't smell great. I put this directly on my body. There's no pad. Yeah, I'll wash it. I'll wash it. It doesn't smell good. This gear bag does not smell good right now, I'll tell you what. This barrel is dirty. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the bathtub because if you put it on the counter, it's just gonna get paint on the counter. So, you know, you rinse off the whole bathtub. Everything on this is good to go in this bathtub. So, be right back. Oh, and the mask can go in there too, so I'm gonna stick this in there. Cleats. These, sometimes I wash these. These are getting past their life. Probably could not handle the wash right now. I'm losing the Nike symbol on them. They're from Facebook Marketplace. I don't spend a lot of money on cleats because they get destroyed so quickly. I go through them in a season. They were pretty much new when I got them. They've lasted me like most of this season and can't complain. They definitely get worn down. Loader. This is looking pretty good. Definitely like to check inside, make sure it's clean. Sometimes I'll just wipe it down. Sometimes I'll put it in the shower and do a full deep clean. We'll do a full deep clean. So when you're washing your hopper, just make sure you take out all the internals that cannot get wet. That's this. Put this off to the side and I'll put that back together once it's all done. There's a lot of paint in between here and it's just easier to spray it off, honestly. The hot water does a really good job taking care of all this paint. Next, got my HK TRK joggers. These have a hole in them, so I wasn't really wearing them. Kind of scratching up my leg every time I slide on these, so this has just kind of been put off to the side as backup for now. We got some loose rags. They look pretty clean, so these probably won't get washed. I like to make sure I get like a quick wipe down of the marker, get any mud or excess paint off before I wash all these rags. It's just a quick and dirty wipe down. It looks like there is hair and paint all over the bolt tip. I'll get close to this. I didn't even know what this is, where this came from. But yeah, for the bolt, pretty simple. I'm probably just going to wipe down this can part before I push the whole bolt through. So now this rag's kind of dirty, so this will definitely be going in the wash. Check everything, do a quick wipe down, super clean, super easy. Microfibers always work good. You can get these in big packs at Costco. It's the move. Now we got all that junk off the bolt. I'll take all the grease off the bolt tip at least and re-lube it, and it'll be good for the next weekend. I think it's crucial to do at least a bolt cleaning every practice. I mean, you saw what that looked like. That didn't look good. Simple, it's easy, it's quick. Just do it. Lube up the back, a little bit on the front O-ring, back O-ring too. Nothing crazy, basic bolt maintenance. Like to cycle it with my fingers, try to get some of that lube moving around. Yeah, put that back in the marker. We should be good to go. Quick wipe down on the back here. Check out the eye pipe, seems pretty clean. I'll send a quick clean squeegee down this way and that should be good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Put this back together. This is good. I'm gonna put it back in the gear bag. Barrel cover, this is gonna go in the shower. Toss this in. That's pretty much it inside of here. The tank, I'll just do a quick wipe down, nothing major. You do like a wet towel too. Wet towels definitely help. This is pretty clean. I have put this in the shower, sprayed it down, dried it off. It's fine. I don't know, some people say you shouldn't do it, but call the cops. I don't know what to tell you. You know, they put scuba tanks underwater, so this is not far off a scuba tank as far as I'm concerned, because your boy be diving in it. I don't even know. Sometimes I'll go as far as to take everything out of my gear bag and vacuum up all the dirt at the bottom, but you know, we're middle of the season. Ooh, maybe I'll let this air out. It is crusty. I waited to film this video to wash this stuff and then had to go to practice and still wet at the next practice, so it's just been marinating. Oh, buddy. Yeah, all right. Got my compression shorts. These definitely get washed. We got some wet wipes in here. This is nice when you're coming off the field, just to wipe your hands off and not be making everything dirty that you touch. All right, my jersey is dirty and smelly. Cool, we're gonna put that in the wash pile. Pads, we're gonna stick in the wash pile. Pants. Thing I was gonna say is I try to clean off this stuff as best as possible at the field. Try to make sure this doesn't all go in my washing machine, because honestly, it's probably not the best to have a bunch of sand and dirt inside your washing machine, but knock on wood, ours is still going, and you know, I don't have a hose outside. I can just spray this off, so it's either in the shower, and I try not to do that too, because that's also potential issues. But yeah, so right now all this paint is crusting off because it's dried up now. But yeah, I try to like to get some of these shells off the gear, because that will just sit in the washer, get on the next load of clothes, and then my girlfriend beats me. So anyways, just be mindful when you're at the field. Maybe if you could clean your stuff off beforehand, very helpful. Squeegee, I just throw this in. It works. Don't at me, but it'll wrap around all of the, what are these, laces? So just be aware of that. It can get tangled. So I just tie these off just so they don't get pulled through the pants, and I have to restring them. Pads going in. This stuff does not smell good. I'll probably wash these bags too, just because they're not smelling too good either. Got the HK shirt wore yesterday at Nightball. Did not do too good, so there's a lot of paint on it. Don't forget your clear mask at Nightball. Learned a lesson last night. It was not a good time. It's always a good time at Nightball, but that was not fun. I couldn't see. Headband, just throw these in every time. Hormesis, whatever brand it is, I'll just throw it in. If it's getting damaged from being washed, it's just not something I wanna be rocking, honestly. And most of them are fine, so pro tip. You don't have to hand wash your headbands if you're still doing that. These disposable gloves actually get washed every time, and they're fine. Maybe they get a little baked, but like I run my stuff on cool, so there's no issues. But all this stuff is gonna go in the washing machine, cleaned up nicely, and then I always hang dry. The dryer's not destroying anything like that. Okay, so I always just use the cup, or a full cup of detergent, maybe a little bit extra. I always make sure that goes on the very bottom, and then that way it is not going directly on my pads, getting soaked in the pads and then washed out or something like that. And then throw everything else in, run it on cold, and call it a day. All right, so I got all my gear here, and I just like to try to drop it in piece by piece so it's not all balled up, and hopefully it gets washed. Pack right there, the bag, compression shorts, squeegee in, jersey. The aroma in here is quite lovely. My Allen keys stay in my pocket. They get washed, they play with me. They're just always in my pocket. That's just how you keep that thing on you and never get caught without it. So pads, everything. The detergent cup goes in, my B homie. And yeah, we got some gloves, headband, use a cleanish towel, clean up the cup. Real quick, what do we wash with? It's gonna be cold water always. I don't use hot water or warm water because I think it shrink stuff. Don't like my clothes fit tight, the boys already know. And then always high water level, just to make sure everything's getting soaked. Sometimes I'll even start this, let it sit for a minute, and then just marinate. Then we got the drying rack right here. Use that, make sure it stays out of the sun, because it can get faded from the sun, and then it just dries nicely. All right, we'll let that do its thing. All right, now, for the last step, I'll just go ahead and pull apart my mask. Just want to get the lens out. That's the only thing really focusing on here. This is obviously covered in paint. Oh boy. Now I'm covered in paint. This doesn't get washed. It gets wiped down. Probably should have used a rag that's now in the wash. I'll use toilet paper and flush that or something. But all this stuff can now just get sprayed off. Nice and quick wipe down toilet paper. Once I get a clean microfiber, I'll wipe it down and all that grease to get off of there. Just good to go. All right, now for the fun part. All right, now that that's done, everything's pretty much sprayed off. You can grab a clean towel and just wipe it down. One thing to note, sometimes your hoppers or whatever you're washing could have small pieces that could get lost. So make sure you're paying attention that anything small, loose doesn't get sprayed down the drain. For the mask, I always like to try to wring out all the water from the foam. So get my hand, stick it in the middle, and then just kind of try to squeegee the water down and out. You don't want to be too rough on the foam because they'll start to come out. Cat-like reflex right there. And that's done here. And lastly for this, I'll just run the squeegee through. That's pretty much it for gear bag stuff. I always put this stuff directly back into the gear bag so it's ready for the next practice. So it's laying out until it's all dry and then it's back in the gear bag. And don't forget anything for the next practice. That ensures that I have all my stuff when I need it and it's not left at home unless it's on the drying rack. In that case, I probably forgot everything. That would be really bad. If you have any other pro tips you want to leave, drop a comment down below or let me know what you do differently. If you don't agree with something, let me know down in the comments. I want to see if you learned anything from this video as well. Okay, that's it. That's all of my stuff. It's air drying now. I got my gear bag outside airing out because that thing stinks. And yeah, I'll be ready for the next practice. I'll catch you in the next one.